and welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age Inquisition. I am Theron the Dalish Mage, and we are going back to Haven. Travel. And then after that, shortly after this, we're going to go to Val Royeaux and see what everyone has to say. Before doing that, of course, I'm going to find out what happened at the Wartable. We sent off a message to my own, the clan Lavalin in the Free Marches, my own Dalish clan. I'd like to see what they had to say, if they'll support us. Otherwise, I don't know. Might have to go up there in person. Other than that, we are trying to win the support of everyone as much as possible. We aren't facing too much opposition other than between the crazy Templars and mages. That's how it all began, really. Why we came to Haven. Well, let's go see if we can speak to Cassandra. Let's go talk to everybody first and
yes.
See what they have to say. Is that a chest right there? It looks like it is.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh,
tell me about your brother.
She might not answer this.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Let's speak to her with something else.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
Ah, so Seekers are also involved with the Templars fighting against the mages. I didn't know that. I thought... she's part of the Seeker Order. I knew they were above the Templars, but I didn't know that they're actually kind of telling the Templars what to do now that everything's going crazy.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
I don't really have opinion on the Shem. Well, not all Shems. There's a lot of elves also in the circle. Mage's circle. But if it's lasted several millennia, I don't know. I do know that she does care deeply about it.
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use Lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty. But she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Interesting.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Interesting.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Was it some kind of magic?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
If you combine the Seeker abilities, you'll never be possessed with a mage. That would be something, but...
I've no more questions.
Interesting. Learning all these things I've never heard of before I came to Haven. To the Conclave that exploded. Alright, so I'm going to pause it and see what I can do. If I can attach these extras to people's armor. Be right back. Alright, I've noticed at the stables you can actually choose your mount. So there's the horse here. This is Shemlen that I was riding around. When you go into horse, there's the Ferelden Forder. A proud animal, the Ferelden Forder ranges well beyond its namesake at home in stables and armies across Thedas. And there's the Inquisition Barded Charger. Best of breed, clad in the barding of a master. Mount and armor are tailored for each other, one of a kind, and it knows it. Look how many other kinds there are you can get. I didn't know there's so many different mounts. See, now you can see lots of armor. But there's more exotic ones. Dracolisks, I don't have anything of those. Heart. A great stag of impeccable health and ability. Such mounts are triumph of breeding and careful training, but it's not what the Dalish use. So it's kind of a neat animal. It's something closer to what I would use. And then there's the exotics, a whole bunch of them. A bog unicorn, a proud charger made strange by fate, whether possessed of a spirit or whatever makes horses run, it yet wants to serve. Now this is probably the strangest one. It's got like a sword right through it. And it's an undead type creature. This is what somebody was talking about on the war map. But actually I've kind of grown accustomed to Shemlen, so I'm going to keep Shemlen. We'll go with that. Alright, so let's go through here. Let's see what Varric has to say. So I've already sold everything. I couldn't actually make or attach anything. I think I could have made a slightly better shield for Cassandra. Just because we had better materials, but it wasn't any new schematic.
I want to know more about Red Lyrium.
I'll tell you what I can.
No, that's it.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorites. Need something?
Question about Hawk?
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
That's it.
Carry on.
I don't think there's anything else I can actually say to
Need
her.
something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Or Ley?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant.
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who's she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Now, if anybody knows anything about the backstory of Varric, that he just told a big lie about how he came across Bianca. It has to do with the reason why he won't tell why it's named Bianca. I think I've said everything I can to Solus.
Greetings.
Yeah, everything's just, no, I think I've said everything.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
The apothecary's right here, right? I don't know. No, it's to the right. This over here. See if I can't upgrade some of the potions that we're using. Potions. Healing potions. We have... Okay, so for increased healing 1, increases healing amount by 50. 1 Dawn Lotus. We can do it. Okay, so we've done that. Regeneration. Increased healing. This is the actual research. We do not have the ability to do it. And how about lyrium? 1 Black Lotus. We have none. Okay. That's about all I wanted to look up right now, actually. Okay, so let's go off. Not sure if I can say anything to Leliana.
Make her be with you. Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them, Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
Not much more to say.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Okay, so let's continue inside. We have a bunch of research items
Come to me, child,
to drop
and
off.
I shall embrace you.
Thank you for all that you
In
are
my
doing to
arms
help.
lies eternity.
Open.
And Mother Giselle will treat all demon claw
Dream
wounds
rags,
as you suggest
smoldering
to
cores
deal with the
removed.
venom.
Toxin, not venom.
Let's talk
It's
to
only venom if it's
Josephine.
deliberate.
What may I do for you?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Oh, this is different.
What's your impression of Solus?
I suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but our elven mage has conducted himself with the utmost propriety. And he has the most fascinating stories.
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his tales for hours. He actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be sick with envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Commander Cullen came to mind.
The commander is an intelligent, cautious man. I'm grateful he's in charge of our standing army. Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything appears as a nail.
That's typical among warriors, though.
I was thinking of Cassandra.
Seeker Pentagast is a princess of the Kingdom of Nevarra, although that barely seems important to her. She was not interested when I asked if we might make use of her royal relations. Still, the Inquisition would not have formed without Cassandra. She's an extraordinarily driven woman.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Okay, what about, So what about all the research that we turned in?
Hello? Can I help you with something?
There's nothing to say.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
So I'm not sure what this is actually doing, turning in the research.
If you find anything, please bring it in.
Oh, anyways, off to the Wartable.
Blessed are the righteous.
Now, we have a new perk. Fine Arts Persuasion, Secrets. Let's go with Secrets. Now, where was that? Deft Hands Fine Tools is locked. We need 4 points in this category. Oh, 4 points. Oh, 4 points already selected. Okay. Eagle-eyed. Searching action. What? Bolster the number of researchers working to study those who stand against the Inquisition. 50% XP for each foe studied, including those already completed. That's actually nice. For all those who we studied, we get a 50% experience. Oh, experience for each foe studied. Okay, that's okay. We'll go with that. We have to fill out. We need 4 in there in this perk Inquisition perk tree to get what we want. So. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, let's look at Ferelden. What happened with the scouting, with the report with my clan? Contact Clan Lavalin Dalen. Excuse me. Andar and Atishan, it does my heart well to hear that you are safe. Our clan was visited by members of the Inquisition who spoke persuasively of the good work you are doing, as well as the fairness with which our kind have been treated by the Inquisition itself. You know that Clan Lavalin has little by the way of gold, but I gave the messengers some of our healing herbs, as Selassie blessed us with abundance in our recent foraging. We would be a distraction if we came to the Inquisition itself. Our hunters arguing with the humans, as they so easily do. Nevertheless, if you need aid, send word and we are with you. Dareth Cheryl, Keeper Ista Me Thoriel Lavalin. 10 Blood Lotus from that, accept report. Okay. Hardened Hightown, Varric's Revenge, report ready. My dear Josephine, I have looked into the matter of your writer. That book, by the way, is truly dreadful and has been panned by every critic in Antiva. The publisher does not know the identity of the writer. They received manuscripts by courier. I was able to track down the courier, however, who was receiving her packages from another courier out of Kirkwall. Best of luck, Katerina Velesti. Amulet of Power. Okay, that's the reward. Oh. The build watchtowers in the hinterlands reports ready. Commander Cullen, with the watchtowers built, we've had advance warning of demon and bandit attacks. The area is safer for both the refugees and the farmers who have fled the nearby fields. Much appreciated, sir. It's good to know that the Inquisition is willing to put in the time to help these people. Corporal Vale. Isn't this not what the Master of Horses Dennett wanted? And with that done, he would send the horses to help. Now that may unlock further things in the hinterlands, but I'm not going to go through that yet. Secure route through the Frostbacks. Inquisitor, we have explored the Shallow Mire after you cleared the place out. There's still tons of undead there. They're everywhere. I've stumbled on an old road that leads west to the Frostbacks. If it's cleaned up, you could use it to shave weeks off a journey through the mountains. I'd rather be wet than freezing. Scout Harding. 14 minutes with... I actually have to go left or right. If I click on any of these, it automatically chooses them. Well, Josephine says, merchants will give a great deal for this route. They'd reward us handsomely for the location of the road. Interesting. An unknown road. It would be perfect for our spies if it remains a secret. I can have my people clear the way. And Cullen says, we could move troops east to west without risking the mountains. Let's keep this road for our soldiers. They can repair it. So we can either make money off of it through Josephine, or use it for better spying through Leliana, or moving troops through it quicker. I don't know. I think troop movement is the best thing, personally. I think I'm going to go with Cullen on this one.
All right.
Spies can also use it, but, well, you know what? It won't be a secret if troops are constantly going through it. Locate weapon of Turda Bright Axe available. Really? Did we not do that? 22 hours. Oh my gosh. Oh, Cullen. Cullen could have done it. We'll have to wait for Cullen to finish that. It's only 15 minutes. So he can do it way faster. Alright, so that's it for this one. We're going to go to Orlais now, but before I do that, I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.